Welcome to Wisdom on Wednesdays. I'm Jeff Jordan. I think this is episode 7. Good having you guys all with me today. Today, guys, I want to change gear a little bit for the next couple episodes. I want to talk about who my hero was in the sport of wrestling. And my idol, he actually became a very good friend of mine, and he was my coach. His name was Dave Schultz. And I'm convinced Dave Schultz taught me how to build relationships. Why? Because he built a great relationship with me, and he taught me how to coach. Dave Schultz, if you guys know, Dave Schultz was Olympic champ in 1980, and he came into my life. I was at a standstill at the University of Wisconsin. My freshman and sophomore year, I made it to the Nationals and didn't win a match. So my career was at a standstill. I was kind of just stagnant. And then all of a sudden, Dave Schultz came into my life. I remember the first time I met Dave Schultz. Just got done lifting at the stadium. That's where our wrestling room was at Wisconsin. I walked right across the street to a restaurant called Jingles. And I walk into Jingles to get lunch, and there were two people in Jingles. Number one, Jingles, he was the owner, and number two was Dave Schultz. Kind of funny, I ran up to Dave Schultz. Here's my hero, or my idol at that time. I run up to Dave Schultz. I stick my hand out. I go, Mr. Schultz, my name is Jeff Jordan. I wrestle 150 pounds here at the University of Wisconsin. It's great having you as an assistant coach. Schultz, he looked at me and goes, hey, Jordan, my name is Schultz or Dave. You got that? And I go, yeah. And then he goes, tomorrow, I want to go with you. Let's go tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I hear you're pretty tough. Can't wait to wrestle you. Next day, guys, or that night, I went home. I called all my teammates. Hey, guys, I get to go with Schultz first. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., it's just me and him in the wrestling room. Sure enough, I get up early, get over there at 8:30, all stretched out. At 9 o'clock, in walks this guy, no shirt on, very, very hairy guy, and he had spandex shorts on, no socks, and he had big hiking boots. And he also, the craziest thing, he had on chemistry experiment goggles. And he was carrying his bike, just lugged it up 3 flights of steps to get to the wrestling room. I thought it was a band member that went to the wrong locker room. Next thing I know, it was Dave Schultz. We started drilling. After we got done drilling, we took a quick break. And then all of a sudden, we smack hands. We're just getting ready to go live. And I asked Schultz probably the dumbest question I've ever asked a human being. I said, how long are we going to go, Schultz? He was in a stance. He come out of a stance. I never forget. He scratched his head. He was a lefty. Scratched his head and goes, what? So asking that dumb question again. I go, how long are we going to go today? My brother Jimmy and I used to come in and go 45 minutes to an hour straight. He goes, Jordan, let's get something straight right now. It don't matter how long we go. But I want you to understand something. I can make 3 minutes going with Dave Schultz tougher than 1 hour with going with Jimmy Jordan. The next thing I know, that first go, Dave Schultz beat me unmercifully. We went 8 minutes. 8 minutes, he just thrashed me. After 8 minutes was over, he gets up, takes his shirt off, takes his shorts off, he's got a pair of Speedos on, and walked out of the wrestling room. I'm laying on the mat thinking, I hope the workout is over. I don't know if my body can take another beating like it just took. Schultz was going for 3 or 4 minutes, come walking back in, pulled his shorts on, threw his shirt on, and then he beat me again, unmercifully, for 7 minutes. This time when he left, did the same thing, took his shirt off, took his shorts off, left the wrestling room. In the Wisconsin wrestling room, I started praying, dear Lord, please do not let that guy come back in. I cannot take another beating from him. We went 3 goes that day. We went an 8-minute go, 7-minute go, and a 6-minute go. So we went 21 minutes. And what's amazing is Dave Schultz taught me a couple things in those 21 minutes. Number one, he taught me he was the man. Hey, no doubt about it. He was the man. Olympic champ, national champ. All right. I did not score a point on him. He was the man. Number two, he taught me that his position and techniques were unbelievable. They were the best in the world. That's why he was an Olympic champ. And the third thing he taught me was, it don't matter how long you go. You know, sometimes coaches want to have 3-hour practices. What's amazing is it's just how intense you go. So it doesn't matter how long you go. I felt like a little first grader wrestling a high school state champ. But after showering, getting dressed, I never forget, after showering, getting dressed, Schultz puts on his spandex shorts, puts his hiking boots back on, puts the goggles back on, puts his bike over his shoulder, and right before he left the locker room, he goes, "Hey, Jordan," he said, "you're really tough." He goes, "You're going to be an All-American this year." I would take those 21 minutes or 30 minutes or 15 minutes of Schultz beating me unmercifully to hear those words. And I am convinced those words, that's what made me become an All-American for the next 2 years. Dave Schultz constantly over the next 2 years kept telling me how tough I was, even though I couldn't score a point on him. So I think coaches, it's really crucial that you build a relationship and you also always give positive reinforcement. There were many times Schultz, when I really break it down, Schultz broke me physically almost every time we wrestled. But he never broke my spirit. And if he wanted to break my spirit, he could have definitely broke my spirit. But you know what? After the workout, even though he kicked my butt bad, he would build my spirit back up and actually make it stronger. And I think that is crucial for coaches to do. Every once in a while, you can throw that hammer workout in there. You can break the kids, but you can't ever break their spirit and build them up. And that's what we need to do with our athletes. Thanks, coaches, for listening, and hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Keep training hard, stay safe, and remember, Noah didn't wait for a ship to come in. He built one.